chance to get a little bit of rest after that really good win over Syracuse on Tuesday. But got back to work yesterday. This New Jersey Tech team is new to Division I, and they are not playing like they're new to Division I. They've already gone on the road and took Marquette virtually to the buzzer, went and won at Duquesne, and they have a young man named Damon Lynn, number 5, that is could play with anybody. He's a sophomore. He's a high-volume shooter and a high-volume maker. And Jim Engels, I've known for a long time. He comes from a great coaching tree where they really play good basketball. So, 4 or 5 years ago, they weren't winning any games, and now they're gradually getting better. They'll travel anywhere to play anybody. Being on the road is what they normally have to do. So we absolutely cannot look past this team, and we got to play well. So I think we're a step closer to getting healthy. But we did not practice yesterday at full go with Derek Walton. He was not as ready to go as we'd want him to be at this time. But at the same time, we want to rest him and rest him and rest him until we get him better.
Max, why don't you start us off? Hey, Coach. A few weeks ago, we talked about how much of your offensive system you had, and what's that number at now?
No, it hasn't really changed in the last couple of weeks. We needed to become good at what we did, so we haven't added very much at all. As the Big Ten season comes, we'll start to do that. But we just sort of backed off and said, let's learn to do what we do well, and add more things as we go along.
A little bit of follow-up. For this game, then, is there anything that you're particularly watching to see if there's something that you're ready to move on for?
No, you know what happens with this is everybody plays you differently. So it's like, all right, what are our counters to when they play? We just played against 40 minutes of a great zone defense, and so now we're going to see a very containing man-to-man, non-switching man-to-man defense. So it's not about another scheme; it's about it's read and react of how people play you. So we try to emulate it in practice. It won't be anything like they practice every day.
Love. Coach, Syracuse is so unique defensively. You prepare for them, and then that game's over. You kind of go back to going to normal game prep. Is there an element to which you kind of took a little bit of a break to go up against Beilein's defense, and now you're back to business with what you're doing?
I just said that to the staff. It seems like forever then we really have run our offense, our man offense at speed, even though it's only been a week. So I think our kids have to get used to it all, and we did a lot yesterday. We're going to do some more today. That all right, it's not. And they could play us 2-3 zone, but we probably won't even practice against that because we just did that for 40 minutes. So it's ever changing every game, and that's why you got to credit these young men. They have to adjust like that because everybody plays every team differently.
Brendan, you talk about resting Derek. Do you consider just sitting in tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. No, we're going to need him in this game, and so I believe he'll be able to play even if it's limited minutes. Unless today's practice is not good, that he can't go at all, then we would have to do it. If it's best for him, we're going to do that. That's for sure.
Right down in front of Jake.
Coach, tomorrow you mentioned you have some history with NJIT's coach. Could you elaborate on that a little?
Well, just a little bit. I just know Jim has been like an 18-year assistant in Division I. He's really worked very hard and been at a bunch of different places, Wagner, Ryder, and Columbia, where when the Columbia started making their turnaround in basketball, he was part of that. So then I believe this is his first head job, and now he's took over a real monster that had no league, right, and playing in the Great West or something, and you're in New Jersey. So they're on the road like crazy. We'll play 18 home games a year. They'll play 20 road games a year. And so it's very difficult for them. So I like what they're doing. They're getting better and better, and they're going to give us a challenge.
Right down in front of Mark.
What are the specific challenges that Cam faces? Obviously, we saw some new stuff
Yeah.
with the mid-range jumper, but are there specific things that are slower for him that you're trying to work on specifically?
The biggest thing is with every freshman. All right, this just happened in this game. Now I'm going to see a different team, and it's not like high school or AAU where it's a lot of the same stuff. So he's going to see different defenses. They're going to get on synergy and look at his tendencies and try and jam him up in some things. But he's working really hard right now at how he gets leverage, at his balance, obviously his shooting, and he's a really good worker, and he's working really hard, and he's got a pretty good aptitude as well.